Everyone, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Dan Steven here for another reaction, and this week we're going to be doing pitch meeting Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Steven.
We done Lord of the Rings the other week. Was that just the Fellowship, wasn't it? Or was that a thing? That's okay. I thought
it was that good. You can remember?
I couldn't remember if last week was like the series as a whole.
No, I think it was just one.
Oh, it's just one.
Well, obviously it's just one.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder why they're going to these, because they've just released this. Is it like a fucking anniversary coming up with Lord of the Rings?
A lot of people say that. I thought they just do random shit. I know they kind of do it to coincide with other movies, like, but I think sometimes they just release random shit. They kind of
like us.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a maybe there is some sort of method in their madness, but I think most of the time it's just random shit. Like, people just by ask them, you gotta do Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And
I want to see a pitch meeting for every single movie ever made. You know, is there one for The Room? No.
I've never watched The Room the whole way through. Like, have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you like it?
It's amazing.
It's awful though.
It's awful, yeah. It's awful but amazing at the same time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll give us a go and see how it goes. The Room is good though.
Have a second Lord of the Rings movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. Very exciting. So what happens in this thing? Well, Gandalf is back. Yeah, he fell off a thing, right? He sure did, sir, but you're gonna come to realize that falling from great heights isn't really fatal for good guys in these movies. Oh, well, great. Yeah, so he falls and he falls and he falls and he fights that fire demon, and then they end up at the top of a tower and they fight some more. How'd they get to the top of a tower? Unclear, but then he's gonna finally kill the fire demon thing, and then he's...
They didn't explain it. They fall, and the next scene he's on top of the tower.
But obviously that was just what was underneath. He's a wizard, mate. What the fuck? This annoys me. Why are you getting annoyed about a tower? He's a fucking wizard.
Under a mountain, there's another mountain.
Yeah.
Class.
They also have a ring of power, mate. What a question.
Gonna die, but then he's gonna come back. Oh yeah, he is? Yeah, his spirit went somewhere for so long that he forgot his own name, but now he's back and he's all right. Well, that is how death works, so no further questions. No, this is like...
It's also like does Gandalf come back as the same person who left? No?
He comes back to replace Saruman.
But so he isn't actually the Gandalf that we all met in the first one?
If Saruman didn't turn bad, Gandalf wouldn't have come back.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You're making that up.
No, it's true. Like, he even says it in the film. It's because Saruman, like, the White Wizard, is supposed to be good, and he went bad, so there's no White Wizard, so Gandalf came back. I sound like such a fucking nerd.
Magic and stuff, that's not how death works. Sure it is, so what else happens? Okay, well there's gonna be some more walking. Oh, there is, huh? Yeah, a whole bunch more walking, a ton of it in fact. Even the trees are gonna walk in this thing. I love it. So anyway, Merry and Pippin, they've been captured by orcs.
They're like one of the worst.
They are so fucking boring.
They're probably the worst. Like, I like Merry and Pippin's characters, like, throughout it, but them scenes where they're with the trees, people.
Do you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
And when Stevie's trying to talk.
Oh yeah.
It's just that. Every time I watch Malcolm in the Middle, I'm like, fuck me.
Just hurry up. Just hurry up. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought trees? Yeah, who thought the trees were... Even why do the trees talk so slowly? Yeah, that's not good.
And they're being brought to Saruman. Right. And some of the orcs actually want to eat them. They're like, yeah, why can't we have some meat? What, do the orcs all have Cockney accents? They do, yeah. Oh, inexplicable accents are toit. And then the orcs are attacked by these dudes, the Riders of Rohan, and it's just a massacre. Oh boy. And for a little bit, we're gonna think that Merry and Pippin are dead, but then it turns out they're not. Oh, fantastic. So they head into the forest and they meet these big talking trees called the Ents, and these things, they talk super slowly. Oh, well, I guess that's a good way to pad the runtime a little bit. How long is this thing anyway? About 4 hours. They're gonna have this big council meeting and they're gonna decide that they don't want to go to war. Oh. But then they're gonna see that Saruman destroyed a bunch of trees, so they're gonna go attack Isengard. Okay, so the trees were treated poorly and now they want their revenge? That's perfect, I love it. Who is that? That's just M. Night Shyamalan. Sometimes he eavesdrops on these meetings and tries to get movie ideas. That's not a good idea for a movie, M. Night. Yes, it is. Okay, well that's gonna be bad. Yeah, he shouldn't write that. So what does Saruman do when they attack? Does he do some kind of crazy wizard counter move? No, he just kind of frantically looks around like he lost a contact lens or something. Oh, okay. Anyway, so we're also gonna follow Sam and Frodo on their quest to destroy the ring. And how's that going? Well, they keep getting lost, so they team up with this weird creature called Gollum, and he's like obsessed with the ring because he used to own it.
Sorry, go back here. That was a really bad way for Saruman the ending. It's really shit, to be fair. Like, for such a great villain and great character and great actor to have, and then it just dies because trees attack the building.
It ends differently in the extended version. I think Gandalf kills him.
Oh, I thought Thing kills him in the back.
Someone kills him, I can't remember.
Stabs in the back and he falls down.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But in the actual normal movie, you don't see anything. Yeah.
That's even worse. Why am I so lit up?
I don't know, mate. Get over it.
So fucking class. I'm coming back like Gandalf. Anyway.
Oh, and this guy's freaking nuts. I mean, at a certain point of the movie, he's just having a full-on conversation with himself.
That's a really
he's
good
just
scene.
talking to himself and replying as if he was two different people. Yeah, he's freaking nuts. Oh, this guy's got problems. So he guides them to where they need to go. He does, but when they get there, there are a bunch of soldiers and crap, and one of them comes really, really close to them. Oh my god, it's gonna be tough to survive that. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, they hide under this blanket thing, which looks exactly like a rock, so it works out. How does it look exactly like a rock? Well, technically, it's an elven cloak, so... What's that made of? Plot armor. Oh, okay. And eventually, they're gonna get captured by Boromir's brother, Faramir, and he and his men are a little sketchy about the ring. That frickin' ring makes everybody sketchy. It sure does, sir. And eventually a Nazgul is gonna show up on this
class.
flying Feldbeast monster. Oh no. And the ring is gonna compel Frodo to go see the Nazgul and be like, hey, check out this ring. Pretty cool, huh? That's a horrible impulse to have. But then luckily Faramir's gonna shoot an arrow at the Feldbeast, and so the Nazgul's gonna be like, wow, okay, never mind. It leaves. Yeah, it leaves. It flies away. But all of Middle-earth is hinging upon that one ring. The Nazgul's just gonna back off. Well, he didn't realize they had arrows. Sauron knows exactly where the ring is now. Shouldn't he send all his forces towards Frodo? Well, to be honest, sir, this part wasn't in the books, but I thought it'd be cool, so I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about the story implications. Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. Thank you. So what else happens? Well, Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli, they're still running around trying to find Merry and Pippin. Oh, yeah. And they meet this King Theoden, but he's all messed up looking. Oh, how come? Well, he's being, like, controlled by Saruman with the help of this sketchy advisor dude, Wormtongue. Never a good idea to hire somebody with worm in their name. Or tongue, for that matter. Anyway, Gandalf manages to use his staff to do a kind of magic exorcism thing, and he saves the king. And so they kill Wormtongue.
I was so confused there because they're doing this obviously not in linear fashion.
Because they haven't went over how they meet Gandalf in the forest.
I was so confused there because Saruman obviously dies at the very end and the start of the Return of the King.
Yes, he does.
But obviously they did at the start of this year. I was so confused. I was like, how is he controlling him? He's dead.
Oh, no, because they're like, well, enough blood has been shed. So they lock him up in a cell? Nah, they let him go. Feels kind of dangerous. I mean, he'll probably run directly to his boss and give him more information. That's exactly what he does. I bet he did. Anyway, later there's a battle, right? And Aragorn, he falls off a cliff. Oh, no, is he dead? Well, we're gonna think he's dead for a little bit, but heights don't affect him because he's a good guy. Right, okay, yeah. Oh, and he's also gonna have this flirty thing going on with this woman, Eowyn, and what sparks that flame? Well, they look at each other, so...
I think his whole like romantic relationship with the two characters, even the Elvish girl, was like, alright, are you a thing? Since when?
Yeah.
Obviously in the book it's probably a bit more detailed in how they fell in love, but in the movie there's no connection. They meet once or something.
No, well, in the movie you'd already knew her when he met her.
That's what I mean, like, but it wasn't like, for us the audience, that was the first time they were meeting, and it was like, they kind of just, I don't know. I thought it was shit. I thought they should have developed that romantic relationship more, because that held throughout the trilogy. Spoilers. I'm lit up. What the fuck? Right, I can focus on my face. Maybe it helps. Nope, didn't help at all. I mean, more light.
Anyway.
You know, they're kind of in love now. Very romantic. And later in the movie, there's gonna be this massive battle at this place called Helm's Deep. Wow, 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 wow. Ow. Ow. Are you okay, sir? I think I maybe got a little too excited there. Should I call an ambulance, or what's up? No, I actually feel fine now. Oh, I think you may have died. Oh, yeah, look at that. Whoopsie. Well, welcome back, producer guy the White. Producer guy.
The White.
Yeah. That's what they used to call me. Anyway, there's gonna be oh boy, and how does that go? Well, there are only a couple of hundred good guys and like 10,000 orcs, so, not great. Yeah, those aren't good numbers at all. But then some elves show up, and they're led by none other than Haldir. Hey, I don't know who that is. He was in the first movie for, a couple of minutes, remember? I mean, kind of, maybe.
Was it?
It was a long script. Anyway, he's gonna get this super emotional death scene, and people are gonna be like, no, Haldir! Alright, I mean, rest in peace, elf dude, I guess. So then the battle keeps going, and it's not looking good. But then Gandalf had told them to look to the east at dawn, and sure enough, he's there right on time with a whole big army of backup. So wait, can he predict the future? That's a pretty precise statement to have given. Vaguely, sometimes, when the plot demands it, yeah. Very cool. And at a certain point, King Theoden, he's gonna turn to Aragorn and be like, let this be the hour where we draw swords together. Oh, a little art project. Not the best time for it, but still fun. No, they're gonna stab orcs with swords. That makes more sense. And then they're gonna win the frickin' battle. Fantastic. And Gandalf's gonna be like, the battle...
A little art thing. Jesus, mate.
I never thought about that. It's so fucking funny.
Helm's Deep is over. The battle for Middle-earth is about to begin. Stay tuned for movie 3. Well, okay, that whole thing's a little on the nose. Maybe just cut out that last part at least? Okay, I'll cut out the last part. So what do you think? Well, it sounds great, but do you think maybe we're overdoing it with the fake-out deaths? It seems like we keep going back to that trick. Well, I don't know. There might be one or two.
I think it's one of them. It pitch means one of them things. They can take apart great movies, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like the first time I was like I questioned so many scenes in Lord of the Rings, and I love the Two Towers. One of my favorite ones, probably.
Do you like that more than Fellowship of the Ring? Yeah. I love Fellowship of the Ring.
I thought it was always the way it was. Third was always the best. Second was the second best, and Fellowship was probably the worst. But now, the older I get, the more I prefer the Fellowship.
I love like Origins, so
yeah.
Even Star Wars New Hope's my favorite. And then
yeah, I think it sets it right up. I said to you last week, like that first 20 minutes in Lord of the Rings were like
it's amazing.
Where Kate Blanchett's talking about all the different rings and all too. That was fucking amazing. That's probably the best scene in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's great.
But so it's one of these things. Like, it's an amazing trilogy. Obviously, you have over 12 hours of screen time in it, if you take into consideration all the deleted scenes and stuff, which they re-released them things from the shade. And you know, I think there's obviously going to be crap parts in it.
What's your opinion on deleted scenes? Deleted for a reason, so they shouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's some good ones. Like in the Return of the King, they have the mouth of Sauron come out, and that's a really good scene when Sauron dies. Or I get mixed up. Who's
Saruman dies?
Saruman when he dies. That should have been in it.
Yeah,
no shit like that there, but extending a scene by like 20 seconds because they're on the wee chat. Nah.
Yeah, well,
it needs to be cut.
I mean, there are certain movies like Batman vs Superman that was cut so badly that they had to release the extended one, because the movie didn't even make sense when it was cut.
It is crazy how important a role of the editor actually is in a movie, like, because they can it all just needs to flow together. Because I watched The Fellowship and it was the extended one, and it did drag out.
There are all movies. Like, you need to be really into it. Like.
But the original one was perfect. I thought it was like, I think it was 2 hours and a half, or 2 hours or some shit. So it was perfect length. But I think the extended one was 3.5, and it just like it dragged out for about the first hour and a half. They're still in fucking the Shire. Like, oh my god, who cares about this place anymore? Fuck's sake. But
there we go.
Your favorite is
Fellowship.
Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for origin stories. I don't know what it is. Usually the first movie is the best movie.
Is that why you love The Hobbit?
No, I hate that.
But everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Just to let you know, we've got similar content available on the channel if you want to check it out.
We also do our own podcast called MCPodcasting, where we cover a range of topics from politics, sports, and even movies.
We basically just talk a lot of shit.
We argue a lot as well on it there, but all the links are below. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and is there any other?
That's the main ones, yeah.
Yeah, it's the main ones.
Just check out the podcast, and if there's any sort of videos you want us to react to, drop us a comment on the YouTube videos, and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you want to make fun of us, then go ahead. We don't care.
Be nice.
Be nice.
In fairness, we don't really get that many comments.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me.
Okay.